Results came out that Gary Russell Jr. has stated he has an injury. Um, I haven't seen the interview yet, so I don't know exactly what injury it is that he stated. But I'm just making this video off the cuff to give my opinion on, do I think that him having an injury going into this fight is going to play a factor in this fight. I kind of touched on Gary Russell Jr. His, the state of his mind going into the fight when I made the prediction going into this fight with Max Sayo. As we already know, Gary Russell has been going through some things. He lost one of his brothers. His father is going through something with diabetes. God bless him. So his dad ended up getting an amputation. Stuff like that. So sometimes things like that can play a part in the boxer's, how on his psyche it could fuck with him when he in the ring. Like if a boxer going through a divorce or something with their family or something like that, they bring in, sometimes they can't leave their problems outside the ring. Sometimes they bring it in the ring with them, man, and it fucks with them. So if you add those things in, and then he's supposedly he's injured, and then you equate that with his layoff, it's a potential recipe for disaster in this fight. That potential is there, but I think Gary Russell stays sharp. I think he's always taking care of himself. I think he's always training in the gym. So that might offset some of this. So I think, him having an injury is it could be a built-in excuse for if he loses. I don't know. I mean, I can't understand. A lot of people look at it different. Like, okay, a lot of boxers wait till after the fight, and then when they lose, they say they was injured, and then people say they just use it as an excuse. But then when you say before a fight, look, I'm going into the fight with an injury, people are looking at it like he's just having a built-in excuse in case he lose the fight. So you can't win you just can't win either fucking way, So when it comes to the aspect of betting, though, that could ruin a lot of stuff, man. Because I was gonna bet on this fight. I don't even know now. I might put some money on Max Sayo. I might have to do that. Just in case, man. I might have to do that, man. Just might have to. I think, depending on what the injury is, if it's his hand, if you're that skilled, you should be fine. He should be able to fight one-handed. Tank did it. Even though a lot of people don't believe Tank's hand is even broken. I've seen videos. People don't think so. I don't know. We don't know. But I saw pictures of Tank hand. It did look like something. It did look like it was swollen a little bit. So I'm not gonna get into that. But if he loses because something went wrong with his hand or something, man, I mean, because he can't use it anymore, you can't really use that excuse in a way, because going into a fight how you are. Like if you got a broken something, then you shouldn't be fighting then. That's how I see it. Why not heal fully and then fight? So if you go in there fighting and then you lose and you got an injury, that shouldn't be an excuse. You know what I mean? To me, you going in there 100%. Even though truly I don't think no boxer is really 100% when they go in the ring. But I'm just saying, you know what you signing up for. You know what your body could take, I guess. So I still think he wins the fight. But there's always that potential for an upset, man. Especially with all the stuff going on in his life. You still got to always consider that. So my prediction was for Gary Russell to win on the cards by split decision. I think this is going to be like a close fight. It might, because you still, in a way, got to factor in a little bit that Gary Russell hasn't been in the ring in almost fucking 2 years. So you got to kind of factor that in. He hasn't fought at all in 2021. Last fight was against King Tug. That was February 8th, 2020. That was like a whole year. So he fought early in 2020. We in early 2022 right now. So February 8th of this year would be 2 years. So it's almost been 2 years since Gary Russell been in the ring, man. So I gotta account for something. You seen Jose Benavidez, how he looked after how long he been out the ring? since he fought Terrence Crawford, and he looked like shit. Now, Jose Benavidez is no Gary Russell Jr. Just saying, you'll see some rust. I think you're gonna see a little bit of rust, but I think Gary gonna shake it off at in the 5th round. I think Gary probably get his wits back, and he gonna put on the clinic. I think, man, but we'll see. But anyway, let me know what you think about this injury that Gary Russell Jr. supposedly have. This is Rebel Life Boxing. Catch you later. Drop a comment, support the channel. Catch y'all later on the next one, and I'm out.